leaning against the wall, we have new old red oak flooring, tongue and groove. There's the tongue. There's the groove, made for us by Barnstormers in Portland, this is one of their large things that they do more than anything else, is recycle old wood and make it into flooring. And what it's doing is it's going to replace the poorer or missing parts like this. This is the original floor. I'm not quite sure why we kept this one. It's slightly deteriorated, as you can see, and maybe just a pattern. It's coming in two widths. This is 5 1/4 and the other is 10 inches wide. And just like in the original, they used various widths to take advantage of the materials that they had. These were fastened down to the deck with long nails, about 3–3.5 inch nails. We're probably going to do the same thing, except we'll probably use a stainless steel nail, which I haven't really investigated yet. So this will go down after we get through with everything else underneath the car. We need the light and the space to work. I was just talking to someone the other day, and he said, well, they normally would build things upside down, and chances are that this was built upside down, and then they flip the deck over. We don't have that luxury of being able to do that, though at Christ they do. Oh, and we didn't talk about what these are.
All right.
Can I?
Yeah.
All right. This is the end of the truss rod, big square nut. In order to tighten that, we needed about a 4-foot wrench and pushing as hard as we could. This is a non-standard nut. It's almost 1 1/4 or whatever the threads per inch is, but not quite. And we had some trouble getting them on. But with a big enough wrench, we were able to pull up and tighten them up. This is a beautiful casting made by Laconia, cast steel probably. But this is something that most people wonder what they are. You will find them on the corner of older locomotives, corners, and on the corner of older freight cars. It's called a polling pocket, and it's for a rather scary sounding practice that they used to use. They would have a pole, a wooden pole about 8 or 10 feet long, with the ends with a band of steel around them to keep them from splitting. And it would be about this big on the end. They would put it in here, and then on the adjacent track there was a car they might want to move, and because of the arrangement of the track they couldn't get at it with the locomotive. So with this polling pocket and pole between them, they would push that car along. When they got to where they want to go, they put the brakes on the locomotive, the car would keep rolling, and the pole would fall out on the ground. It's the putting it in that we wonder about how safe that was, that somebody had to hold it there and the locomotive had to come up and push it in. I can see all kinds of problems. So we don't plan to use it, though we will have one on display on the locomotive. And actually what it's going to be is one that was used, that Danny Cohen has, that they used to use them on the snowplows in Boston when cars were in the way. And Danny said the best place that they used to put the pole was right in the center of the trunk, so they would move the car. That got the message out pretty quick that you don't park there in the snowstorm.